Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Immigration Talk Show. I'm your host, Sam, and today we are again having a great discussion on daily immigration doors that is streaming live at 4 p.m. EST. Make sure that we are live on YouTube, available on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and on Instagram as well. And before diving into our very interesting topic and very timely as well, let me read out this very important disclaimer. By watching our videos, you understand that the information shared, including user comments, is not a professional advice. So use at your own risk. Our intention is never to offend, it's just a casual exchange of ideas. All right, and with that, friends, we all know that April Visa Bulletin is out, and that is why today our topic is Visa Bulletin 101, how it works and what April's update mean for you. So I'm sure that with the changes or with the dates, as the applicants are knowing, some are happy because they are getting to know that their wait is almost over, and some may be really feeling sad because they got to know that they might have to wait more and more. But friends, that's what you shouldn't lose hope. You have to be hopeful because that's how the process goes, and there are a lot of applicants who are actually trying so hard for their approval, and by just going on they get the chance to get their visa approved. But with that, friends, today we are having this great discussion with my co-host Nipasa Pradhan, and I'm really happy to have her again. So thank you, Nipasa, for being here and accompanying me on every daily immigration dose at 4 p.m. EST. So hi, and I'm sure that you're doing great.
Absolutely, Sam. It's always really nice to be here on Daily Immigration Doors. I look forward because it's a discussion where we get to just share what we think, especially on the topic. And I'm so happy that yes, the visa bulletin is out for April 2025, and comes around at this time, between after the 10th and before the 15th, for the next month. So it's going to be nice when we look forward. So we will definitely look at what the April visa bulletin has got for us. But before
Mhm.
that, of course, we will also check out what is actually a visa bulletin and get to know better. But yes, we also got a couple of news updates. So I and Sam are going to update you. So Sam, I think I should go first with the news update.
Sure.
And yes, I got this one, which is about, green card holders who are facing deportation risk amid Trump's immigration crackdown. So, yes, green card holders in the United States as well may no longer be as secure as they once believed because, well, Trump's border czar, Tom Hooman, has issued a stark warning, signaling an intensified crackdown that could result in deportations as well, even for permanent residents. The latest case is the spotlight as Mahmoud Khalil, a former student and a green card holder who was arrested by federal immigration agents over the weekend. And yes, the Department of Homeland Security (DHS) has also accused Khalil of, leading activities, that aligned to Hamas. And although no formal charges have been announced yet, his arrest aligns with President Trump's renewed push to suppress pro-Palestinian protests on college campuses. So, with Trump stating Khalil's arrest is the first of many to come. So, yes, the move has raised concerns among the 13 million green card holders in the United States, and 10 million of whom are eligible for citizenship. So, permanent residents are generally protected, from deportation, but they can lose their status for certain violations, such as failing to update their address with immigration authorities, or even engaging in marriage fraud. So yes, now with the new political pressure as well, even lawful residents, could be at risk of deportation for perceived affiliations of political activities. So yes, as the administration intensifies the immigration enforcement, green card holders and activists, they are sort of wondering now what's going to happen next. And I think I also don't know what's going to happen, friends. But you could also share your views. All you have to do is comment and let us know what you think. You can also join us on call. And the number is 425-436-6335, and the access code is 988-888. Please feel free to join us. So, Sam, over to you for the next news update.
All right. Okay, so let me take another very important news update, friends, and that's about DHS crackdown. So, DHS employees face lie detector test as agency seeks to root out media leaks. So, this is another very important news, and US Department of Homeland Security has launched a very aggressive crackdown on media leaks by making employees take polygraph test. So, DHS Secretary Christy Noam has ordered that all future lie detector tests within the department must include questions about unauthorized communication with the media and nonprofit groups. And the directive, first reported by Bloomberg government as part of a larger effort to stop leaks that expose sensitive operations. Also, Tricia McLaughlin also said that the Department of Homeland Security is a national security agency, and we can and should and will polygraph personnel. Customer and Border Protection CBP, a DHS agency, already uses polygraph test for new hires, but expanding them to existing employees signals a major shift. Noam and President Donald Trump's border czar Tom Homan also blame leaks for immigration raids being compromised and a drop in arrest by Immigration and Custom Enforcement, that is ICE. Their job is dangerous enough, so we are going to address this very seriously. This Homan said in early February. And on Friday, also, Noam announced in a video on X that DHS has already found two criminal leakers. She said that they will be referred to the Department of Justice for felony prosecution, warning they could also face up to 10 years in prison, and that too a long one. Noam also declared that we will find and root out all leakers. They will face prison time and we will get justice for the American people. So, friends, this time we can see that how DHS is also taking a very aggressive role, and it's very a tough time for not only for the people who are doing something illegal, but also people for who are going with the legal pathways because absolutely nothing is going to happen to them, but still they may be asked a lot of questions, and you have to confident enough, you have to have a lot of information regarding any changes or any updates that's happening, and that's how you can keep yourself updated, and that's how you can keep yourself safe in US, especially in 2025. So yeah, I think these were the news updates from my end, Nipasa. And now let's directly get into our topic. That is Visa Bulletin 101, how it works. Absolutely, we will understand the major understanding. That is, what is the meaning of Visa Bulletin? We will also understand the meaning of filing action date, the date for filing also, and what April's update mean for you. So stay tuned and watch this webinar till the end because this webinar is going to have a lots of information regarding a very timely topic. So Napasa, let's start with what is the meaning of Visa Bulletin because absolutely this is a very basic question, but still it's our job to make our viewers understand with a very simple explanation. So please go ahead.
Sure, it'll be really nice to start off with what is a visa bulletin and to tell you folks out there, it is a monthly publication by the US Department of State, that is DOS. And the visa bulletin provides updates on visa availability, for family sponsored and employment based green card applicants. So it really helps in determining, when can applicants file or for adjustment of status, that is the form I-485, or complete consular processing for an immigrant visa. So, of course, like the key components of a visa bulletin, when you look at it, are final action dates, dates for filing, the visa categories, mainly family sponsored preferences and employment based preferences, the E category that is, and if you talk about the family sponsored, it's the F category, and also the country of chargeability. I mean, you are going to see visa availability which varies based on countries and due to per country limits. So countries with high demand are India, China, Mexico, and the Philippines. Often they face a lot of backlog, so you'll keep seeing the charts. And Yeah, I think we are going to discuss on all of that, but it's interesting because every month, it's a monthly thing, the Visa Bulletin. So, at around about 2 to 3 weeks before the next month, you get to see what, the Visa Bulletin for the next month is going to look like. So, like in March, comes out the April. On April, you get the May's one, and so on and so forth. So, that's how it works. So the date of we are going to discuss further on what is it, and I think Sam will also help us with my next question to you, Sam. Like if you can also help us, with what is a family sponsored preference.
All right. Okay, so let's begin with also understanding of family sponsored preference. So this is very simple, friends. These are for the people who want to move to the US because their family lives there. So, family should sponsor them, and it's broken down into different levels or preferences based on your relationship to the family who is living in the US. So, there are different categories like F1, F2, F2A, F2B. They are considered as like first preference, second preference, then F2A are like for spouses, for unmarried sons, F3 for third preferences, married sons and daughters, F4 for fourth preferences for brothers and sisters of US citizens, and per country limits are also there. So don't forget about that. So there are a lot of things also that if their family members want to shift to the US and they also want to live with their family member, then it's for them, it's for their date that when they can file for the application and when their visa can be issued. So, yeah, that's about the family sponsored preference. And Nipasa, if you could let us know more about the employment based preference, so that will be easier for our viewers to understand about that.
Surely, Sam, and it'll be my pleasure actually. So, friends, the employment based category or the E category, as we know, uh, in the United States, the US employment base, that is EB. EB means employment base. Green card system is divided into five preference categories. One is the EB1, then we
Mhm.
have the EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5.
Yeah.
So each year, around 140,000 employment based green cards are available. And, you know, they have specific per country caps, of course, and priority allocations as well. So, yes, every year it's different, and we are going to look into it as well a little later, what the April Visa Bulletin says. So stay with us. And if you look at the E categories, I was saying from EB1 up to EB5, right? So the first one is EB1, which is the priority workers or high skilled professionals. So this category is for individuals with, extraordinary ability, outstanding professors, researchers, and even multinational executives or managers even. So that makes the EB1 category. So EB1A, extraordinary ability. So under this, applicants must demonstrate extraordinary ability in sciences, arts, education, businesses, or athletics. And for that, to prove that you're eligible, you might need awards. So whether you talk about the Nobel Prize, Oscar, Pulitzer, media recognition, publications, etc., you will need that to be eligible for the EB1A category. And of course, no employment sponsorship required. So self petition is also possible for that, and faster processing. Often, the priority dates for this section is current. Then we have the EB1B, which is for outstanding professors and researchers. They must these people must have international recognition of at least 3 years of experience also in teaching or research. And apart from that, it also requires a US employer sponsorship, which is a job offer. So you might have to already have a job calling you to fill in the place, and
Mhm.
only then you're going to be eligible for the EB1B category. We also have the EB1C, which is the multinational executives and managers. So for executive managers as well, for executives or managers of multinational companies transferring to a US office. Basically, if in your home country you have an office, and They also have an office in the US. This works for that. This works for those categories. So they must have worked for the company abroad for at least 1 year in the past 3 years. So if you have been, and only then you're going to be eligible. 1 year is the minimum duration, and it definitely requires a US employer sponsorship. And I think the advantages is that it is one of the fastest green card category, and there is no perm labor certification required. And there is EB2, EB3, EB5, which is another very special one. The EB5 is the Immigrant Investor Program, and there could be people who are investing in US businesses that create these jobs for American workers. There is a minimum investment limit as well, and job creation is required. And also, I mean, regional center or maybe direct investment is what you can do. So there are different categories, friends, and it'll depend on which category do you are eligible for. So another very interesting one is, of course, the EB3, which is for skilled workers, professionals, and other workers. So here, there will be a lot, like there will be work experiences required, training required. So a lot of all this, and every time, the visa bulletin comes out, we all look for how much has the dates moved in all these categories. So I mean, yes, if we keep explaining, there's so much more, but that is about the E category, employment based, the EB category. So, Sam, like I would also like you to tell us more. Maybe you could tell us what is a final action date.
All right. Okay. So I think that was pretty much clear for our viewers, Nepasa, as you explained about employment-based preference and that too in detail. So now let me talk about final action date. But I think, Nepasa, before final action date, it's more important to understand date for filing. So would you like to take up date
Sure.
for filing, or okay, let me take them. So, friends, in the visa bulletin, it's very important to understand these two key terms that helps determine that you can move forward with your green card application. There are two main categories, that is date for filing and final action date. So let's understand what it is. So date for filing means this is the earliest date when you can submit your green card application. And the form is I-485. uh, so, if your priority date, that is the date your visa petition was filed, that is known as your priority date, is earlier than the date listed in the date for filing, then that means that you are allowed to file your green card application. And that is what the importance of date for filing. That means if your priority date is on or before the date of filing, then you are allowed to file your green card application. Also, it means that filing early allows you to get work permits, travel authorization, and sometimes other benefits too while waiting for the final decision. This we can understand that simply, for example, if you are in a line of a green card, then date for filing is like getting permission to turn in your application form saying that you are quite close enough in line and you can submit your paperwork now. So that's what the date for filing means. And moving ahead with the next part, that is final action date. So, final action date means this is the date when USCIS can actually approve your green card application and grant you the permanent residency. And if your priority date is earlier or on the date listed in the final action date, then your green card can be issued and basically your green card process can be completed. So that is why these visa bulletins are so important, and you have to understand the final action date and date for filing. What are the importance for these two main key terms? And final action date can also understand that is when they finally reach to your spot in the line and say that okay, it's your turn now, we can process and give you your green card. So I think these were like both dates move forward depending on how many visas are available for your category, and also it majorly depends upon the country as well. And the different countries who have a lot of applications face little backlogs and have more waiting times as compared to other countries who doesn't have much I would say population over there. So you have to always check the visa bulletin each month to see if your priority date becomes current or not. And that's how only you are going to get your permanent residency or your green card. So yeah, I think Nipasa, these were the understanding, that we shared with our viewers regarding these very main and important topics, and that two keywords for Visa Bulletin. So I think
Absolutely.
now let's get into April Visa Bulletin, what it is, how is it, and also the April Visa Bulletin's update, what it means for our viewers. So, Control, if you could share the screen, and would that would be easier for our viewers to directly see the dates for the April Visa Bulletin.
Yes, and as we prepare that, I would also like to say hi to Ritika, Subhash. Thank you so much for joining us. Really nice. And if you can join us on call, do join us. Tell us where you're from and where have you joined us from. So yes, as you can see, the it's already on the screen. Displayed are the final action dates for different countries right now. And
Hmm.
if you look at it, if you look at India right now, um, the for the this is for the F1 category. So for the F1 category, if you can check India right now, you can see that unmarried sons and daughters, that is the F1 category, the new date is March 15, 2016, and it has advanced by over 3 months since the last time we saw this, and the date of filing is 1st of September 2017. Then, yes, F2A, you also see advanced by 3 months. F2B advances by 2 months. F3 has advanced by 9 months, really nice, for married sons and daughters of US citizens. And
Hmm.
right now, the date for filing is 22nd July 2012. The new date is April 1st, 2011. Then, if you look at F4 for brothers and sisters of US citizens, the due date is July 15, 2006. Still very much there is backlog, though it is advanced by 2 months, but it is just.
Napasa, are you reading the final action date, because it's not 2006, I think, for India.
No, no, I am sorry.
Because in India we can see for F4 categories 15 December 2005, and I think
Yes.
you said 2006, right?
No, I was talking about the final action date, which you will see, which, it's a little below. But I was just telling how much it has advanced right now. So, yes, if you look at the F4 category also, and yes, there we go. See?
Okay, okay, all right, all right. I think our screen was in this one. So, Control, if you could
Yeah.
also
So, F4,
let
yeah.
the title, that should also be visible. That will be easier. Uh, okay, all right. Dates for filing. Fine.
So yes, F4 category, family-based visa, that's what you can see. And
Mm-hmm.
also there's quite significant for, I mean, China, Mexico, Philippines.
Yeah.
Sam, if you would like to say anything.
Sure. I think it's more important for our viewers now, as we shared the meaning of the terms. Let's also give understand. I would say let's also look for the dates for family sponsored F1, China and Philippines. No, no, no. Control, you could please scroll a bit up. We are talking about this one. Yeah. So for F1, China has 8th February 2015. For Mexico, it's 1st May 2001. And Philippines, it's 1st March 2012. Okay, and for F2A for China, it's 8th September 2020. For Mexico, it's 15th August 2020. Philippines, 8th September 2020. So different changes we can see for F2B category also. The changes 2020 to 22 November 15 for China. For Mexico, it's 22 October 2003. For Philippines, 22 October 2011. For F3, it is 1st October 2009 for China. Mexico, it's 8th September 1998. And Philippines, it's 8 June 2002. And F4 also, we can see it's 8 June 2007, 15th October 2000, and 15 June 2003 for Mexico and Philippines. All right, so I think Mexico and Philippines. They always have these changes, and that's a pretty a bit relaxed for them as well. And I think, okay, these were the final action dates for family sponsored preference cases. And now let's move ahead with the other part as well. So now we have date for filing family sponsored visa application. So Nepasa, please take a look on this and let our viewers know about it.
Yes, and I think we should scroll down. I mean, it's already there. So there
Yeah.
are
Mm-hmm.
different categories already, areas. It's written there: F1, F2A, F2B, and for different countries as well, starting with China, mainland born, then India, Mexico, and Philippines. So
Mm-hmm.
if you see, the dates are very much there, and it has little movement, but I don't know how, especially for India and China, if you look, the dates are
Mm-hmm.
stuck still in the year
Yeah.
2008, 2006, a long wait time. So it's still not very great news. But yeah, I think if you look at F2A, it's
Mm-hmm.
better. It's 2023. So yeah, let's move a little to the employment based preferences now. So here's where the E category starts, and you can see the final action dates for employment-based preference cases right now. So
Mm-hmm.
EB first, second, third means EB1, EB2, EB3, and then there is the other workers category. Then there's EB4. So certain religious, where you can see that you cannot apply for certain religious workers right now. This is unavailable, so that is why it is marked U, and
Mm-hmm.
wherever it's marked C means it is current. The dates are current right now.
Yeah.
And there you go. You can see that for EB1 category for India, it's at March 1st, 2021. Then for EB2, 15th of April, 2012. Then August 15, I mean, for EB3 category for other workers as well, it
Mm-hmm.
is in 15th August 2012. And then for EB4, it's come to the 1st of November 2020. So there you can see, friends, all the dates. You can definitely go check it out yourself as well. The April Visa Bulletin is out. And yes, tell us, what do you think about this movement? Sam, what else you want to add?
Yeah, I think these dates were really important for our viewers and friends. You can also go with the official website and have a look on it properly. And also, if you have any confusion or still in doubt regarding anything, then please you can put your comments and put your questions on the comment section. And we have experts, we have immigration attorneys with us, and we will definitely try to take up those questions and ask directly from our immigration attorneys so that they can guide you and let you also know what other steps you should take, or in this situation what steps you can take. So I think now we have come across with our first part of this session. So now it's time to have a short and a very quick break, because after the break we will definitely take up our viewers' comments. So don't go anywhere. I can see Ritika, Subhash, Amit. Amit has a lot to say. Subhash also has spoken a lot. So thank you, friends. But it would be great that why cannot you join us? Let's dial this number and have a great discussion on the topic that we are having right now.
Mhm.
That is 425 And don't forget to put the access code 988888. And do join here and let us know more about what do you think about the changes, or do you think the April Visa Bulletin as making applicants process easier, or which countries are suffering. Anything that you would like us to know, feel free to join us. And with that, friends, don't go anywhere. It's me, Sam, with my co-host Nipasa. We'll be right back just after a break, so keep watching Immigration Talk Show and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Immigration Talk Show. I'm your host, Sam, and today we are having a great discussion on daily immigration dose that is streaming live at 4 p.m. EDT. And right now, we have covered the first part of the session, and now we are going to move ahead. And on second part of the session, we will take viewers' comments. But I think before that, friends, I could again, I think I should again say that it would be great if you could join here on our session and share your thoughts also, so that would be lovely to have a conversation with you. So please dial the number that is 425-436-6335 with the access code 988888. And let's take up our viewers comments. So let me take up Ritika's firstly. And Ritika is asking that how does the April visa bulletin update affect pending immigration? Okay, so I think that's a very important question about immigration cases. And right now, I think it's really, I would say, a tough question to understand because that something needs a lot of information. And for that, I don't want to mislead you, Ritika. So I would directly take this question to our immigration attorney, and she will definitely guide you with proper guidance, with right information. So stay tuned, and also don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Immigration Talk Show, and also press the bell icon so that whenever we come live with any immigration attorney, you directly get the notification and you join us over there. So yeah, Ritika, I'm so sorry, but we will take this question to expert. And Subhash comment is also here. So Napasa, why don't you take Subhash one?
Sure. Subhash is saying the US Department of State's April 2025 Visa Bulletin brings significant shifts in visa categories, with a notable retrogression in the EB5 unreserved category for India and China. That's very right, Subhash. Thank you so much for this very important information. And yes, the USCIS will accept adjustment of status applications based on final action dates. That is what Subhash is saying. These updates reflect the changing demand of employment based immigrant visas. So, very true. Thank you so much, Subhash. I wish you could join us to tell us this, but thank you for these updates. And yes, the adjustment of status applications are based on final action dates, and there you go. So, we also got Amit joining us. So, hi, Amit. Thank you for joining us with your comments. And Sam, why don't you take them?
Sure. So Amit has a lot to say, and he's saying that for applicants from oversubscribed chargeability areas like China, India, Mexico, or Philippines, of course, those are oversubscribed chargeability areas. And how does the visa prorating provision of Section 202E affect their chances of obtaining a visa? And what strategies can they employ to mitigate the impact of oversubscription on their application? I think right now, Amit, this oversubscription thing is a very important issue, and that too in different countries, majorly India, China, and Philippines, also, as you mentioned. So that's a very great point. And of course, officials are also working on this thing, and they are trying to sort this out, and hopefully they will do it. Also, particularly if they have a pending petition with a priority date that is close to the current final action date. Absolutely, that's very well said, and that's really thoughtful of you. But Amit, if it would be great if you could directly join here and would have a great discussion. But that's okay. This was a great comment and very important too. And hopefully, the problem, the mess that most of the time we used to feel in the system should clear out or should sort out. So
Mhm.
yeah, I think Napasa, we have taken our viewers' comments, and we have talked about the meanings and the the definitions of the key terms or the key words for the visa bulletin. So yeah, I think that's all, and we have covered so many things in this session. So I think that's all from our end, right?
Right, Sam. It was actually good discussing about it. So, congrats and happy good luck to those whose action. I mean, dates are current right now, and all the very best. But for the rest, I think the wait is still on. So let's be patient. Patience is virtue, and when the time comes, we'll see. But for the rest, all the best. And also for folks out there who are participating in the H1B lottery this time, all the best. I really hope that Lady Luck finds you and that you make it through the lottery and also for the next steps after that. So thank you, folks, for joining us today. It was great being here. And yes, we're going to be back again tomorrow on daily immigration news here on Immigration Talk Show. So don't forget to subscribe to us. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. Yes, hit the bell icon so that whenever we have discussions like these, or we also have attorneys who who join us as guests discussing on different topics every day. So it'll be really nice that you watch us, join us, and participate as well by commenting or calling us. So note down this number, and the number is 425-436-6335, and the access code is 988-888. So this is it for today for daily immigration dose. But definitely watch out our space. We have a lot of immigration updates. And thank you for joining us once again. This is Nipasa and Sam signing off for now.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.